Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, well, we're plugging into the whole world of home EV charging.
hmm
As more people are thinking about electric cars or maybe already have one, getting a handle on charging at home is pretty key.
It really is essential for making the whole EV thing work smoothly day to day.
Exactly. So we thought we'd do a quick deep dive, kind of a shortcut to get you up to speed on what's involved.
Yeah, and our sources cover, well, pretty much everything, what you actually need for an installation, different charging speeds.
Costs, too, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, costs. What happens if you live in an apartment or condo, which can be tricky.
Right.
Permits, finding savings with incentives, picking the right electrician.
Safety aspects, I bet.
Definitely safety. And even, looking ahead at things like smart chargers and hooking up to solar, it's quite the A to Z.
Okay, so our mission here is pretty straightforward.
Hmm.
Give you, the listener, a clear, concise rundown of what matters most when setting up home EV charging.
So you can make informed choices.
Precisely. All right, let's get into it. When someone first thinks about home charging, what are the big initial questions?
Usually it comes down to the basics, right? Like, what gear do I actually need?
hmm
And probably the biggest one, how fast will my car charge?
Yeah, the speed.
Which leads straight into the different charging levels. Level 1, level 2, how they fit into your life.
Okay, let's break that down. Level 1 versus level 2. What's the real difference for an EV owner day to day?
So level 1, that's basically just using a standard household outlet, 120 volts.
The one you already have everywhere.
Exactly. Super convenient because it's already there. But it's slow, really slow. You're only adding maybe, 3 to 5 miles of range per hour?
Oof, okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you have a really short commute or you barely drive, maybe it's okay. But for most people,
Not quite enough, probably.
probably not for a full charge overnight unless you were really low. Now, level 2, that's the step up. It needs a 240-volt circuit installed.
Like for a clothes dryer or an oven?
Just like that, yeah. And the difference in speed is significant. You can get, maybe 20, 30, even more miles of range per hour, depending on the charger in the car.
Okay, that makes overnight charging totally practical then.
Absolutely. That's what most EV owners end up wanting for home. Much more convenient.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
So the inevitable next question then, cost. What are we talking about for a level 2 setup? Is it a huge investment?
Well, it varies. That's what the sources really highlight. You've got the cost of the charge unit itself, of course.
Right.
And then the big variable is the installation labor from a qualified electrician, putting in that 240-volt circuit.
And that depends on your house.
Totally. How old is your wiring? How far is your electrical panel from where you want the charger? Is the panel full? All those things affect the complexity and therefore the price.
So getting quotes is probably a good idea.
Definitely. Get a few estimates from electricians who know EV chargers.
Okay. And you mentioned earlier apartments and condos. What are the specific challenges there? It's not quite as simple as a single family home, I guess.
Yeah, that's often a big hurdle. You're dealing with shared property, building management rules, maybe shared electrical systems.
Right. Whose permission do you need?
Exactly. You've got to talk to the building management or the HOA. The sources suggest it's definitely doable, but it takes more planning and communication. The solutions might look quite different, maybe shared chargers in a common area or something.
Need some proactive work then.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the sort of official side? Permits, inspections, is that usually required?
Generally, yes. Our sources stress checking your local rules. Most places will require an electrical permit for installing a new 240-volt circuit.
And inspections afterwards?
Often, yeah. It's all about safety, making sure the work meets electrical codes. You don't want issues down the line.
Absolutely not. Protects your home.
And a good electrician will handle that, right? They should know the local requirements, maybe even help with the paperwork.
Which brings us to picking that electrician. What should people look for? Not just any electrician, maybe.
Ideally, no. You want someone with specific experience installing EV chargers. They understand the load requirements, the safety protocols specific to EVs.
Makes sense. They know the equipment.
Right. Ask them about their experience. Maybe ask for references. Check their license and insurance. Don't cut corners on safety here.
Good advice. Now, are there ways to make this financially a bit easier? You mentioned incentives earlier.
Yes. Definitely look into this. Depending on where you live, there might be government rebates, tax credits, maybe even utility company programs.
For the charger itself or the installation too?
Could be for either or both. These can sometimes save you a pretty significant chunk of money, so it's absolutely worth researching what's available in your specific state or city.
Okay, great tip. Now, things get a bit more advanced. Our sources mentioned smart chargers. What's the deal with those? What makes them smart?
Yeah, so smart chargers basically add connectivity, usually Wi-Fi.
Ah, so they talk to your phone.
Exactly. You often get an app. This lets you do things like schedule your charging times.
Why would you want to schedule it?
Well, a big reason is electricity costs. Many utilities have cheaper rates overnight during off-peak
Right,
hours.
time of use rates.
So you can set the charger to only run when electricity is cheapest, saving you money on every charge.
Clever. Any other smart features?
Yeah, you can usually track your energy usage through the app, see how much electricity your car is consuming. And looking further out, some can integrate with home energy systems.
Like solar panels.
Like solar, yeah. Imagine charging your car directly from the sun, basically for free, using energy you generated yourself. That's a really cool possibility.
Okay, that definitely adds another layer. So, all right, let's try and recap the main points here. We've hit the key differences, level 1 versus level 2.
Right, slow trickle versus practical overnight charging.
We talked about the costs for level 2 installation being variable, needing quotes,
Depending on your home setup.
the importance of checking permits and inspections for safety and code compliance,
Crucial step.
the potential to save money through rebates and incentives. Definitely worth investigating.
Don't leave that money on the table.
And the absolute necessity of hiring a qualified electrician who, actually has experience with EV chargers.
Safety first, always.
And then we touched on the added benefits you can get from smart chargers, like scheduling and potential solar integration down the line.
Yeah, those offer extra convenience and future possibilities. It gives you a really solid foundation, I think.
Agreed. It covers the main things you need to consider.
Yeah.
So, thinking about all that, for you, the listener, what specific part of setting up home EV charging now sparks your interest the most?
Yeah, what's the next question you have for your own situation?
What further digging might you do to figure out the perfect charging solution for your needs, your home, your driving habits? That's your next step after this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in.